Politicians love to say that running the economy is just like running a household. And on the surface, it sounds wise. Be careful, live within your means, balance the books. UK Chancellor Rachel Reeves leans heavily on this metaphor. At the Labour conference in 2023, she said, "I remember my mum would sit at the kitchen table with her bank statements and her receipts. To my mum, every penny mattered. I learned that same lesson at the Bank of England. Responsibility must always come first." That story sounds good, it's tidy, it's moral, but it's also deeply misleading. Imagine a family that runs everything like a spreadsheet, every hug, every conversation, every act of care weighed against the budget. No time for play, no time for art, no time for the child who needs extra help or the friend who shows up in a crisis because it's not in the budget. That wouldn't be a household, that would be a business, and it would be a deeply lonely one. Love is what makes a household thrive, connection, generosity, creativity. Of course, someone needs to keep an eye on the finances, but that's not the vision, that's not the soul. That's just the admin, like cleaning the fridge or dusting the window ledges. The economy should be the same. It should be built around what matters: love, care, community, creativity, not just the balance sheet. And yet, Reeves is doubling down on the accountant's metaphor. According to the Financial Times this week, she's not just preparing for a painful autumn budget, she's also ordered a review of Treasury communications and launched a campaign to educate Labour MPs because apparently they do not fully grasp the country's tough fiscal situation. There is such an arrogance in that, an assumption that her view is the only serious one, that austerity is grown-up economics and that anyone who questions it simply hasn't understood the numbers. But what if the problem isn't that Labour MPs don't understand the fiscal situation? What if the problem is that Rachel Reeves doesn't understand what an economy is for? Cutting benefits and services has not reduced public debt meaningfully, but it has made people sicker, less secure, and more dependent on emergency interventions, which are more expensive. It's not fiscal prudence, it's economic vandalism. Instead of viewing public spending as a drain on resources, it should be reframed as catalytic. Investment in public services, especially health, education, transport and green infrastructure, it doesn't just cost money, it generates long-term economic returns. It's widely acknowledged that well-targeted government investment can more than pay for itself through higher GDP and tax revenues. It's not just expenditure, it's investment, it's economic stimulus. So next time someone says the country needs to live within its means, ask them, what kind of country do you want to live in? Because if living within our means just means making do, patching up and pulling back, then all we're doing is rebranding austerity, different language, same damage. We've tried this model for over a decade. It hasn't brought stability. It's brought stagnation. It hasn't reduced the debt. It's increased the pressure on hospitals, on schools, on working people's lives. If we want a country that's healthier, fairer and prepared for the future, we can't keep pretending that cutting is careful and investing is reckless. Public spending isn't a burden, it's the groundwork of a decent society. Just as no good household defines itself by how little it spends, no good economy should be measured by what it withholds. We don't budget simply to survive, we budget to live. And it's time the economy reflects that. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.